There we go.
Hey!
Good
Let me just
afternoon.
put an amazing filter on my face so nobody knows I am extremely in laze mode.
I did not know you can put a filter on live. Can you do that?
Yeah!
How do I do that? Because I cut myself shaving today, so I want to try and hide that.
So there's like a little smiley on the right bottom right.
Got it. Got it. Okay. So if I just do that. No, no,
Yeah,
sorry. Oh, wrong one. Wrong. Oh, sorry. Let me just change that.
that's not gonna hide your shaving
Ooh.
mistake.
Okay. I might stick with normal because I've got to go through all the filters. Where we go? This is kind of like no, I'm not gonna
Yeah.
because you're gonna lose the color of my shirt. So no, back to normal. I'm gonna be normal.
That looked like how the sky in Mumbai looks like. I mean, like, looked like 10 minutes back because it's been raining.
Oh really?
Like, crazy. Yeah, which is why I'm in like chill sort of a mood.
But surely since lockdown now, the regardless of the rain, it's starting to become a lot more clearer. The air, right? So you can now see a lot further. You can smell and better.
Yes, definitely. Also, the sky's been looking so for us, like all of us, for us, a clear blue sky is is so crazy. Everybody every evening has like pictures of sky up of the sky up on their Instagram because it's so rare.
Yeah.
And I just, I mean, I know it's gonna all go down the hill within 1 week of normalcy in Mumbai because there are so many people you can't do anything. But for
So
now, this is amazing. I can see mountains from my place that, like, there are hills that I haven't been able to see for, I don't remember when I shifted here when I was a kid, but I can now see them. It's so crazy. I forgot they existed.
and then I guess give it about after lockdown, give it about a week, and what we'll go back to normal pollution or something like that.
Yeah, for
Oh,
sure. With
oh,
everybody in their cars and there's honking just half an hour back or something. I stay on the 14th floor, but because it's so silent, I can hear conversations on the road as well. It's really weird. It's so weird. I'm just like, anyway, people are honking and I'm literally looking down my window and I'm like, what are you honking at? There is nobody on the road. It's just a habit.
yeah, usually all the rickshaw drivers with their road rage, cutting up everyone and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I'm sure the honking will return properly soon. But well, thank you for joining us. Um,
Thanks for having me.
on the subject of weather, we're having a bit of a rainy season as well at the moment. But last week we actually had temperatures of about 32 degrees, so I couldn't even wear, I don't know, trousers because it was so hot. So it was,
Wow.
but then now just less than a week later, and it's downpour rain. So I don't know who to blame for that, the government or I don't know us as a species being punished in life. So let's see what
Yeah.
happens.
Yep.
But are you keeping safe during this lockdown period?
I have been, yes, I have been home. Started staying home and not going out, which we later called quarantine. I was just staying home from the 14th of March.
Ooh.
So it's been a while. It has been 14th is the last time I stepped out. I think it was a day after my shoot for the video. And since then, before it started, because I was reading up on it so much and I was just like yelling at my folks, stop getting out and stop going. You don't understand. And they were like, yeah, okay, you need to relax. We don't know what's happened to you. And I was just like, wear a mask and this and that. And then within, I think, 5 days of that, it was like our government was like, just stay home and
Yeah.
national emergency, whatever. So yeah, I've been home. I have been just now for the past 10 days, I've been just stepping out to go to the park to work out because nobody's allowed inside my society.
Okay.
So I need to go out and work out on the road with my trainer and look for places where we can work out. It's like it's living in an alternate universe. It's really
Oh.
crazy.
Oh well, but yeah, you're still remaining busy, which is good to see. So obviously we've got your new song coming up. We just got released this week, I believe. Cracking song, by the way. I looked at your previous song before, and I was trying to count the amounts in your first song, the Nagin song. Trying to count how many times you had the word "jinn" after
Yeah.
each word. I think I lost myself about 20, but still it was
Um,
very good.
the first week of lockdown and quarantine, I got about 75 memes sent to me where they were like, "We are so bored. We have counted every gin gin in Nagin," and I was just like, "That's great." I didn't know either.
Oh, no, it's a cracking song. And then obviously we've got a new one, Naiyyo, I believe. And this is the first time you've jumped into like the lyrics game, the composing game. How did that come about?
I would love to say that, yeah, I was always a singer-songwriter. I was, but I did not put it out there, or I didn't even let my own label know that I do write and compose, because I wasn't confident enough about it. But we were at a song camp, at this music camp where, a bunch of producers, it was in Lisbon. So we get to meet them, we get to sit and make songs with them. Vayu, who has been like a huge part of my pop career, he's an amazing composer, singer himself. Vayu and this other guy, Siddhant, was with us. So they had actually come for that camp for me to create music for me. But it so happened that on the first day, we were all put in separate studios. And I was just put with the producer and two people from Lisbon, two musicians from Lisbon. And I was just like, well, I don't have Vayu to write my songs. And it was quite odd, but it was sort of being put in that position. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to try to do something. And I always work much better under pressure, or like with like someone, like in Hindi, you say, Piche thoda padega, so I do something. That's what happened. And that's where I created a bunch of songs. So it wasn't planned, but I guess something that I always did finally was like people heard it, and it was a lot of exchange of creative energy and appreciation, because the producers there in Lisbon, Stigo is the one who produced the song, Rico and Gonzalo were a part of the song as well. So, their reaction to everything I came up with, they were like, whoa, that's sick, that's cool. And I was like, okay, I guess I'm just going to keep writing. Because if it was left upon me, I would have just left it. Like, I would have been like, yeah, this sounds really bad. Never mind. But that is how the song got created. And I guess I did still sample it to a lot of people who do not lie to me, just to be, sure that it's good enough. But yeah, that's actually how it happened. It was really random.
And then lyrics itself, like how does that come about? You just sitting at home one day and you just scribbling down lines after line, and something comes to you for inspiration, or?
So before this, I've always been, so since like I am from a musical family, I've grown up with musicians as well. In fact, it took one of my friends to write this. She wrote something really sweet for my release and everything. And she was like, you would change the lyrics of every song and make it your own, and etc. growing up. So it was always there. But this time what happened was he played like a few chords, and the idea of the song, I guess, came from what I was going through in my life. There was like, this vibe of being a dramatic girlfriend, or like, I actually imagined it because the first time in regards to Naiyyo, I started singing like, and that's not my usual voice. I was like, it was quite a nasal. So I was like, oh, this seems like a drunk girl is complaining to her maybe ex or her boyfriend. So
Yeah.
I imagined it to be like a drunk call, calling her ex-boyfriend and being like, you did this to me and this and that. And I've witnessed a lot of those with my friends. So that's when I continued writing the lyrics, as it was supposed to be like a sad song where she's complaining. But it so happened that Raftaar joining in and like everything coming together, we made it like a quirky sort of not a heartbreak song, but she's imagining the heartbreak because she's such a drama girl.
Sure, and it's got that modern day element to it in terms of like modern day romance. There's always going to be that drama in it, which is the part of the messaging behind the song. I mean, I get told off. I get angry sometimes with my other half when I'm watching TV, and I have to have the TV remote, the volume on an even number, or divided by 2. You can't have the volume at number 37. It has to be like a 38 or a 40, and then that caused a lot of drama in the house. So that's one of my issues there.
Yeah, so you know what we're talking about. There were a lot of little scenes that we couldn't put in the video, but I remember when I was suggesting it to the director, or like when someone from my team, Rohan from Sony Music, would ask other guys around, hey, does this happen? And all of them would be like, oh my God, my girlfriend does the same exact thing. And I was like, see, it's drama is everywhere, even in the most amazing. So this is an odd thing to fight about. What is this even? What
Do
is
you
it?
not, do you not
OCD?
think? It's maybe that OCD side of me. So you have, even if you're in the car and you've got the
Yes.
volume of the music in the car, it has to be on an even number, or it has to be divisible by 10 or 5. So like 35 or 38.
Right.
If you have the volume on tonight when I'm watching TV on 27, that would just make me like, "Ugh," like
That's wow.
maybe just
Kudos
me.
to your better half for handling that, because
Yeah, probably.
I would just be like,
I'll be drinking more of the gin. That's what that way in the
yeah.
part of the song. You mentioned briefly on Raftaar. How did that come about? The collaboration with getting him involved.
So we had a chunk of the song, right? I feel it was going in one direction, and Raftaar and I had actually, we were working on something. I have the show on MTV, so he was a part of that show. He was a guest and everything, and I wanted to play him a few songs, and I was like, because we came back with a bunch of songs, and I was like, what do you know? I want you to listen to them, and if you like any, I would love to work with you. After that shoot, we sort of sampled songs together, and he liked. So we actually started working on another song, which hopefully might come out someday. But because there was something missing in that, and it just, it just left it. And I hadn't even played him Naiyyo back then.
Right.
I think later we had a conversation where he also told me that he wants to do something not typical, what is expected of him. And Raftaar is that kind of an artist. You can't put him under one column. He's not just a hip hop rapper. He's not just a commercial. He does, a release after release, he sort of does everything bit by bit. So I played him Naiyyo, and I was like, okay, we hadn't thought of anything with this, but what do you think of the song? And that's where he was like, okay, I like where you are going with the song, and this is different, and I get to write something different from what he's done, because he's in this bit. It's a very millennial relationship rap that he's written. It's very relatable, and you wouldn't imagine it from someone as cool, as sorted as Raftaar. While he was writing, he wrote it in 10 minutes in the studio, and I was just like, all of those seem like personal attacks, but how are you coming up with them? You must have gone through. It's so odd for me to imagine you in that position. And he's like, Matlab, what do you think? Of course I have. And that's actually how he came on board. He was just with us from the word go, and he was really hands-on with. In fact, while we were at the studio, he took 10 minutes to write. He dubbed his bit in 15 minutes. I told him what I think I want the video to be, and he came up with this whole screenplay, etc. So it really clicked really well. And obviously him coming on song one gave it a different level of lift. Different level, I could just say level up. And it also gave like a dialogue to a song, which was just a one-sided, I don't care. Here it was like the guy calling out the girl and being like, you're just being dramatic. Calm the hell down.
I did like one of his I think his YouTube comments where he got told that he looks like the Burger King character in the video.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, bro, that was the whole point. Like, you see, it's literally a cardboard king
with the jacket as well.
With the jacket saying RR. Yes. It was pretty cool. I haven't seen him look. He also plays like this this character called Shikari. Shambhu was a detective in old Indian comics. So the look in one of the shots, he's playing a detective, and all those funny expressions. Even on set, I was like, I've never seen you do this. This is your comic side coming out, and I feel like the people need to see more of it, because he's usually so like swag and cool and what up. He's actually the funniest person.
Yeah, I'm in desperate need of a haircut, but I might take his style and just get it all braided in the middle. And see, look at that! I can't even do anything about that. So I apologize on behalf of my hair for this interview.
You can just keep doing this again and again. I've seen a lot of guys just talk and be like,
You're in a Shah Rukh. That's what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
You mentioned briefly the video. So I was going to ask, did you make this during lockdown? But you said you just made it before lockdown came in. So that's good luck.
So the news came to India much early, but like in Feb, we all knew about the virus. But I guess not every country, because it hadn't reached it, they weren't taking it seriously. But 13 March is when we shot it.
Yeah.
And even on set, we had the whole sanitization, and one of my team members was sort of coughing, and I was like, you wear a mask and don't come anywhere near me. She obviously just had the flu. But we shot it literally right in time, because 14th or 15th was when it was announced that shootings are now stopped. So we were just like, phew. But obviously the song was supposed to come out in April as well, but it got pushed because of the lockdown. Because I was hoping for some normalcy for my debut as lyricist and composer. But I guess it was meant to come out in lockdown.
Oh, well, I'm sure it will work well in the future. And then in terms of like future release and stuff like that, do you see yourself doing this kind of all-round approach now, or do you want to focus on a back to singing, or purely on songwriting, or are you used to this now, this setup?
I definitely loved it, and I feel like it was quite scary because you know, before this I've had releases, and it's always you're always very anxious about how it'll do. But this time it was like, okay, because my team was so amazing. They sort of let me. Usually it's, you know, it's like a label makes a lot of decisions for you, but they were very like, okay, this is your song, your vision, whatever you want to do, from like clothes to makeup to the concept. It was not a typical dance club, which was expected out of the song when a lot of people heard it, because the beat drops and it's and I was like, no, I want to do something which is true pop music. It was really scary because you are open to that much more criticism.
Yeah.
And I feel like especially in lockdown, lots of frustrations caused a lot of trolls, which was happening. But so there was the first 4 days where I was like, oh my God, I should just stick to singing. What have I done? But like slowly and gradually, I'm just like, okay, you're just being hard on yourself. I do have more stuff I've made and written. And I want it to be a nice mix, because I know I don't want to be someone who's like, I'm just going to write my own songs. I definitely want it to be like a 50-50, or even like whatever percentage, because we have stuff. Vayu's written some amazing stuff that I'm really excited about. So yeah, it's like both.
And then do you think maybe you'll bring back the old purple hair? Because I thought that was really cool. That was good look.
I have that wig. It's a wig. I have it with me, and I think I'm gonna keep it as like my alter ego, because I felt like a different person in that. I've never had such short hair. I was just like, what do you, what? Don't even. I was literally being really, really sassy.
I saw you. Yeah, I saw your latest Instagram post, and some of my friends were saying, "Good luck interviewing this lady, because she might eat you up afterwards." And I was looking at it and I was like shaking, like, oh.
You see, it's literally, I put on that wig and I turn, and that's what the caption on the video says as well. In an alternate universe, I am that sort of get out of my. I don't want to say the word, but you know what the word is. I'm like,
no, all the best people do it. Beyonce done it, so why not you? It's fine.
Yeah, actually, one of my songs I've written also has a cuss word, which I'm sure is gonna get muted, but I'm quite excited about it.
Oh well, yeah. It's like I said, it's a great video, and many congratulations on the release. During lockdown, I saw on Twitter you've embraced your love for, once again, street food and things like that. You managed to cook that at home nicely. Is it the same as being on the streets of Mumbai, or?
No, it
never is. Never is.
No, it never will be. I was impressed for Mother's Day. So my mom's a street food junkie, and that's where I get it. And instead of me growing up being like, oh, don't eat here, it's not safe, it was the opposite. My mom was like, let's just eat like at the dirtiest place possible, and your stomach will manage. So I made her vada pav, and I did not expect it to be. I'm very honest. I made it and I gave the first one to my dad, and he was like, "Who? Where? How did you even?" Because I had never been to the kitchen, so I guess it's like the domestic goddess was inside me. And do I miss street food? Yes, it's not the same thing. No, you 100%. Miss the dirt in the air.
That's it.
But I can survive. I can survive at home cooking it if worse comes to worse.
I've had a few when I'm over in Mumbai, some street food, and at the time it's like heaven on earth. But then 8 hours later, the stomach starts making noises. That is not a good look.
Yeah, I have friends who I have a friend. He's a musician. He's an amazing singer as well. Jeffrey Iqbal. That dude eats pani puri or golgappe, as whoever wants to call it, whatever. It's really like, you know, he comes to India. He stays in India for a few months, and he's almost a white boy. But I'm just like, he's like, "Nahi, just give me the spicy one, not the." And he yells at the dude for making it too sweet. And I'm like, what are you? You're really weird.
That's a brave man.
Your stomach. He's like, I don't care. I'll deal with the stomach later. So I have seen that kind of love as well.
And then you've got the same setup with like cakes. It's a typical thing, especially in England, where first week of lockdown, everyone started making banana bread for some reason. I tried it, nearly burnt the kitchen down. But a lot of desserts, a lot of good stuff happening there in terms of, I saw your Nutella cake. That looks very nice.
Yeah, I learned, I don't have like, I just have a microwave at home. So we did regret that, but I'm also glad because I put on way too much weight, and I'm glad that the oven was, because if it was there, I don't know what I would have done. But I created a lot of these little, like now if I am craving a brownie, I just need 15 minutes and 3-4 ingredients, and I have a brownie in a mug ready. It's pretty cool. Even like stuff like pasta, like I can now live by myself. I live with my family, and my mom was she wasn't ready to accept it, but I was like, Mom, I can deal with myself in the kitchen.
And was it like 5 minutes later, help me?
Yeah, probably. It's just, you know, I don't serve there's one thing, usually I'm like, I will clean everything. I'm really responsible and everything. I'm not spoiled. But when it comes to food, if I'm not given food, I do not, at home especially, I just don't feel like, I'm not hungry. Like my mom would be like, go, you know, just please serve yourself some food. And I'm just like, yeah, I'll do it later. And 3 hours later, I still have it. And she's just like, take it and eat it. So I will probably be like, I'm so hungry. Please come and serve me if I live alone.
Oh, that's good to hear. And then you've jumped in a bit of the whole like painting, drawing. Is that right?
Yeah, I was doing, you know, as people think I was like sketching all of that. It was just doodling. I was literally coloring inside really complicated mandalas, but it was a lot of fun.
A lot of people I know do that. So it's kind of like therapeutic. It's kind of relaxes the mind.
It is, yes.
If you color in. Yeah, I've tried to step up a bit of drawing as well, but I can only draw cartoons. I can't do anything like real life.
I mean, that's doodling as well. That's an art as well.
Oh, I'm glad you're interested, because I just got some pictures here actually. There's a SpongeBob SquarePants.
Oh, that's cute. Okay, that's not doodling. That's proper. Like, it looks like a proper anime. I love that guy.
That's my hero, by the way, Johnny Bravo.
I can see your hair.
Yeah,
you just need to go blonde now.
Need a bit of gel, and then yeah. Tell your wig person to get me like a Johnny Bravo wig, because they look really realistic.
She probably could. Or you could just get on TikTok, and magically everyone on TikTok has that sort of hair. So
filter just like that. Cool. All right, we've got time for a quick fire round. We've got 5 more minutes left. So I'm going to ask you a few questions, and you have to give me like kind of essentially one-word answers.
That's going to be difficult.
As close as you can. So the first one is the #1 international artist you wish to work with that you haven't in the past.
Okay, fine. Adele.
Ooh, very nice.
There are like 5 answers to that, but okay.
I can see that connection as well with the whole like drama and the experience of.
Yeah, all through my college, I used to just sing Adele songs, and I was just like, never mind, fine. I was just like, one day I get to even do chorus with her, I'll be happy.
Oh, lovely. Okay, next one. #1 Desi artist you wish to work with in the past that you haven't had before. Someone just said Sidhu. I don't know why he comes up with that. Gurjeezy, who's that?
That's probably because I've been working out on all of Moosewala's song, but I think it's Diljit. Like I just keep putting it out there in the universe, and my heart is beating a bit faster, but it has to be Diljit Dosanjh.
Very good choice. I've got a idiot friend who he keeps playing Do You Know on repeat every time I go in his car, and I keep telling him, I do know, can we play something else? And then he puts the volume on the odd number as well, so that makes me even more angry.
Oh, that's, well.
Okay, question 3.
He's still your friend though.
Yeah, he's just about my friend, let's just say.
Okay. All right.
Your first holiday destination after lockdown?
You know, even if I get to go to freaking Lonavala, I'll be happy because I've been inside the four walls. No, okay, you know what? No, I want to go to Europe. I'm gonna dream big and I'm gonna travel the world. I have been traveling since the age of 16, since I started gigging, but I haven't really seen places. And these 3 months, I was just like, my passport's gonna be more than just stamps. It's gonna be experiences.
Like it. I like it. Yeah, Europe is definitely a great shout. There's a lot you can do here.
Yep.
Okay, so first outdoor slash takeaway restaurant food choice after lockdown. Italian or like Spanish? Yeah, anything like that?
Street food. You know, I'm so done with pizzas and pastas because I've been making. I'm done, and I really nailed those dishes. So I feel like it would have to be. Oh, I don't know if I'm gonna get like sued for saying this, but desi Chinese food.
Oh,
Desi.
so like the Indo-Chinese type, the Manchurians and all that.
Yeah,
Good choice.
which has nothing to do with Chinese food. It's just like it just has a lot of soya sauce and vinegar, and they call it Chinese.
Oh,
But
that's
it's
a good
really
choice.
desi street Chinese food.
Ah, good choice. All right. Current TV slash movie binge watch that you're currently watching or you would fully recommend?
So I've been watching Queer. Okay, no, actually, I'm done with that. I just got on to. I finished watching the show called Upload, which was interesting. And I'm rewatching Black Mirror because I feel like I'm in an episode of Black Mirror, and for some reason, I decided to screw with my mind even more and rewatch all the episodes.
That show is crazy. I agree. Yeah, that is.
Oh my god, yeah.
You can't. Everything seems so real now from that show. It's just.
Yeah.
I
So
don't know.
I don't know. You must have been to Mumbai, obviously, but there is a bridge right next to my house, and within the first 10 days of lockdown, my brother and I rode to one of the stores, right? And it was really like strict here. You couldn't really go out much. Like my building was not allowing, society was not allowing people to go out. So there are a lot of hoardings on that bridge, which usually are filled with ads and etc. Whatever. And there's in Mumbai, you know, the population. That day, it was around 2:33 p.m. in the afternoon. We got onto the bridge, and all of those 6 hoardings said Corona, Corona in all different like Hindi, Marathi, English, and not a single soul around. And I was like, bro, we're in an episode of Black Mirror, legit. Not a single soul. And I was just like, what is that? And I was literally like, let's go home. He's like, it's not in the air. We have to go buy stuff. But it was quite scary.
Yeah, that is a. Yeah, it's quite a not the most light-hearted show to watch before you go to sleep or something, is it? But it's essential viewing. I fully recommend it as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then the final one is a bit out there, but if you had to replace one of your arms with a kitchen utensil, which one would it be and why?
It would have to be one of those spork things, you know, the spoon and the fork.
Yes, I know which one you mean. Yeah.
Because I can probably eat with it, and I can also like poke my brother with it. And yeah, I think those are the only 2 things I want to do with my arms and kitchen.
My one was the you know, you have the pizza cutter, the circle knife.
But
so then
you can only do one thing then.
No, you can still use it as a knife. You can still use it. I mean, you can still just doodle everywhere. I can do the straightest triangle bread sandwiches in the world. I can Bombay sandwich.
Well, yeah, it has like
probably
4 uses.
Shave as well with it. You know, it might take a bit of practice, but
if you're getting yourself a cut with a razor, I wouldn't recommend the pizza.
Yeah, that's a very good point. All right, well, I think we've gone over our time now, but it was lovely to speak to you. All the best with your songs and your release, and I'm sure we'll see more in the future. I think there's quite a lot of messages on the fans, but any last words to the fans out there?
Well, thank you so much for this sounds so cliche, but genuinely thank you so much for all the love that has been pouring on Naiyyo. All the criticism as well. I'm taking it well now. I have lots of stuff coming, but as soon as we can shoot it, I will be posting it. So continue the love, and you can listen to my other songs as well. You know, everyone who's telling me, oh, we don't like Naiyyo as much, I'm like, yeah, go listen to Nagin then. I mean, you have options.
There you go. That's perfect. All right. Well, have a lovely rest of your evening, I guess, and stay
Thank you
safe.
so much.
And I hope
Thank
you
you.
have the Mumbai street food very, very soon.
Crossing all my. Thanks.
Thank you.
Take care.
Have a
Bye.
great day. Thanks.